All right, page 2 of the study guide. Area is length times width. Here's our two numbers. Since we know we have to multiply, I'm going to flip them now. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5, so that's 5/4. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 1 is 26/5. Then I take those two numbers, 5/4 times 26/5. I'm going to reduce. 5 and 5 are factors, so those are both 1s. 4 and 26 have a common factor of 2, so that's a 2, that's a 13. 1 times 13 is 13. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 goes into 13 6 times with 1 left over. So our answer is 6.5. Number 14. Again, area, so 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. So 13/5 times 35/8. 13 is a prime number, I can't touch that. But 5 goes into 35 7 times. 13 times 7, 7 times 3 is 1, 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9, so I got 91/8. 8 goes into 91 11 times, which is 88. Gives us 3 leftovers, so we have 11 3/8. On 15, we need volume, which means we need all three of these numbers. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4, so we got 4/3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17/5. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, so we get 9/4. 4/3 times, I'm going to do 9/4 first, because if I do that, my 4's will cancel out, my 3 will cancel out, and I'll just have a 3 here. And then that gives me 3/1 times 17/5. 17 times 3 is 51/5. 5 goes into 51 10 times with 1 left over. So our answer is 10 1/5 cubic centimeters. Going to 16. Volume again, 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. I don't see anything really good that I can cancel right off the bat, so I'm going to go with these two first. 11/5 times 30/7. 5 goes into 36 times, which gives me 66/7. And then I've got 14/3. 7 goes into 14. 3 goes into 66. So 3 goes into 6 twice, which makes this a 22. 22 times 2 equals 44, and I only have 1s on the bottom, so this is 44 cubic inches. We're going to go one more page, since these were kind of long, or these were kind of short, I mean. Madison has a black and white dog and a striped kitten. The dog weighs 15 pounds. The kitten weighs 2/5 of the weight of the dog. What is the weight of the kitten? We know that of means multiply. So we've got 15/1 times 2/5 for our expression. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6/1, so the kitten weighs 6, and we have to label our answer. We're dealing with pounds. So the kitten weighs 6 pounds. Alan spends 7/8 of an hour on homework. If 1/3 of that is math, how much time does he spend on math? So if he spends 7/8 on all of his homework, of again means times, we get 7/24, and that one cannot be reduced. So 7/24 of an hour. So he spends 7/24 hours on his math homework. Christopher rode his bike 10.5 miles in 7 days. If he rode the same distance each day, how far did he ride in each day? Okay, so if he rode the same distance each day out of 7 days. That means we have to divide because we have 10.5 miles over 7 days. Okay? So 10 times 2 is 20, so that's 21 over 2. Flip the sign, flip the fraction. 7 goes into 21 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, so that is 1 and 1/2 miles, because it's asking how far. So miles each day. One more on this video. Adelaide wants to cut her ribbon into 4 pieces so she can share it with her friends. The ribbon is 12 2/3 feet long. So we have 12 2/3, and we need to divide it into fourths, which means times 4. Oops, sorry, divided by 4. 12 times 3 is 36, plus 2 is 38 over 3 times 1/4. Because we flipped our sign, we flip our fraction. 4 and 38 are even numbers, so that's going to be a 2. That's going to be a 19. 19 times 1 is 19. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 goes into 19 3 times with 1 left over. So 3 1/6 feet of ribbon for each bow. That is it for the second and third pages.